When we all started watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, we fell in love with the Pink Ranger, and Kimberly Hart stole our hearts with her sweetness and beauty. Beyond that sweet face is a warrior who has demonstrated the great power of a true ranger. Although her role as the Pink Power Ranger may have seemed very short because, like Jason, Zach, and Trini, Kimberly left the series, but she did so in the 3rd season. She is the longest-running female Power Ranger as the Pink Ranger and the 4th longest-running Ranger among all the Rangers. Her story is not only seen in the TV series, but we can also see her in the comics, in which we have learned more about her life and even a new transformation. When Zordon called the 5 youngsters and chose them as Power Rangers, the story of Kimberly, a girl dedicated to gymnastics to whom Zordon gives the pterodactyl power coin, which was the only flying Zord at the time, began. His weapon of attack is the power bow, which works for close and long-distance combat. The Pink Ranger suit was distinguished from the other Ranger suits because it was the only suit with a skirt, and the reason for this is because the Power Rangers come from a Japanese series called Super Sentai. In the United States, they used the Super Sentai scenes when the Rangers were already transformed and only added scenes with the American actors. Because the Yellow Ranger of Super Sentai was a man, he didn't wear a skirt, and that's why the Yellow Ranger of Power Rangers didn't wear a skirt either, since those scenes were from Super Sentai. Although at first Kimberly is a good-hearted character who comes across as the typical sweet but somewhat naive girl, she changed her way of thinking when she switched bodies with Billy, as this helped her to understand the problems of others and she was able to see life from another point of view. In addition to gymnastics, Kimberly had also taken dance classes and had been seen with other skills such as designing flower arrangements, singing, and playing the guitar. Her gymnastic skills have helped her in many battles, as she uses these skills to better jump and attack her opponents. When Tommy Oliver arrives at Angel Grove School, Kimberly is attracted to him, but the moment Rita casts a spell on Tommy, he begins to behave hostilely towards her. After breaking the spell, Tommy apologizes and they begin a relationship. This relationship grows stronger when Tommy loses his Green Ranger powers and Kimberly still supports him. Unfortunately, when Tommy loses his powers for the 2nd time, he leaves Angel Grove and the relationship also ended. Then Tommy returns as the White Ranger, and they started their relationship again. This relationship has been the most famous of the entire franchise, as they are also seen together in the first Power Rangers movie from 1995. Despite this, in the Power Rangers Turbo movie, Kimberly appears with Jason the Red Ranger and many thought they were together, plus when Divatox put a spell on them both, Kimberly told Tommy that she was with Jason. This was said under the spell, as Divatox knew this would fill Tommy with jealousy and cloud his judgment. Still, many fans have commented that Jason and Kimberly also had a relationship because of what was seen in this movie, and because in Power Rangers Zeo, Kimberly sent a breakup letter to Tommy saying she had found someone else. Kimberly's departure from the Power Rangers left a huge void among the fans, but as we said at the beginning, Kimberly is a great gymnast and a coach, which sought her to participate in the Pan Global Games held in Florida, USA. After this, Kimberly chooses Kat to replace her, even though she had already been under the spell of Rita and Lord Zed and had taken Kimberly's power coin from her. Despite this, when the spell was broken, Kimberly saw something special in Kat and chose her to be her replacement. Like the other members of the Mighty Morphin team, Kimberly appeared in some important battles such as the legendary battle, the battle with the Megazords in Cosmic Fury, and Jason's battle against Golder in Beast Morphers. In all these battles she only appeared transformed, just like her short duration in the special episode to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the franchise. For this special episode there was a lot of controversy with this character since the actress was about to reach an agreement with the producers, but then said she would not be able to be in the filming because she did not like the story they had written for her character. Although this was Kimberly's last in the TV series, the Boom Studio Comics talk more about her life and what happened after she gave up her power to Cat. After a while, when the Mighty Morphin were off Earth, Zordon reactivates the Pink Ranger powers that were still dormant in Kimberly to do one last battle on Earth. Kimberly calls her friends Zack and Trini, who still remained on Earth, to join her as the Black and Yellow Rangers. In addition, she recruited 2 brothers to be the Red and Blue Rangers, leaving Kimberly as the leader of the group, being the first pink leader of the Power Rangers. This comic shows the events that led Kimberly to write Tommy the letter seen in Power Rangers Zeo, and also references that the other guy she had a relationship with was Jason. This all happened in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink comics, which are more dedicated to Kimberly. In the regular comics, Kimberly never left the Mighty Morphin team and her relationship with Tommy always continued. However, in another dimension there is another Kimberly who lived a different story, because in that universe Tommy Oliver took another path. Even though Jason broke Rita's spell, Tommy Oliver decided to remain a villain and then destroyed Rita so he could stay as the leader. In that other dimension, Tommy Oliver, now better known as Lord Draken, cast a spell on Kimberly and transformed her into Ranger Slayer. With this transformation, Kimberly was evil and served faithfully to Lord Draken, in addition to a spectacular costume change which has become very famous among Power Rangers fans. The story of this character in the comics is extensive, since there are other comics dedicated only to Ranger Slayer that talk more about his story in the other dimension. If you want to know more about all these comics, you should stay tuned to this channel, as we always talk about the stories of these comics. In addition to all these comics that have been published, the actress who plays Kimberly decided to create another alternate history about the Mighty Morphin team called The Return. Although many thought that this story was going to be only about Kimberly's life, the reality is that it has been about the entire Mighty Morphin team 22 years in the future after they defeated Rita and Lord Zed. If you like Kimberly, like this video and subscribe to this channel for more Power Rangers content.